Yeah, it'd be huge. This is obviously something every team wants to, go into their regular season or their tournaments winning. You get a good seed, first seed for us it would be, and it kind of just sets us up to be successful. As far as senior night, I've done my time in college. I made it to the end, and I try not to look at it as an end, more of a new beginning. We still obviously have about a month left of college basketball, so I'm not totally onto what's next. But it's just one of those things. You just gotta be grateful for, and just happy that you made it.
Go to Brian Kanzer from Category 5.
Hey, Jordan. This being the last home game of the season, being able to play again in front of a sold-out crowd, I think within the hour of the tickets going out, they were gone. What does it mean, again, to be able to just have the chance at home to be able to play in front of a sold-out crowd, blackout, senior night, kind of all the stars aligning with the chance to win an ACC title? What does that mean to be able to do it in front of the home fans?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think anyone would want it any other way. We're blessed to be able to play at home, and it's our senior night, and it's for the championship. It'd be huge to come over with the dub. All we can do is just prepare. Come with a lot of effort. The crowds have been electric all year. No disappointment from me or from any of us, honestly, with the crowd. And it really gives us that advantage. So I think a sold-out crowd, is definitely going to help us.
Go to Marcus Benjamin from Keynes County. Marcus?
Hey, Jordan. Last week, obviously, it was a close game at home. There's different types of pressure compared to on the road. How much did that game last week really kind of help you to really kind of experience a close game at home, and how much could that be an advantage tomorrow in the event that the game tomorrow is a close game?
Yeah, we try to treat wins and losses the same. If we would have won, we wouldn't have thought twice about that game. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's some important takeaways from that game. But for the most part, we kind of just want to put that one in the past. But it did help us get a little bit more level-headed. Not that we weren't, and know that we're beatable. Like I said, there was no cockiness or any of that coming from the locker room. But it's always good to take a loss that's not in March before important games start coming up. But it definitely puts some fuel to our fire. And we want to come out and make these Canes fans proud in our last showing.
Go to Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald. Michelle?
Hey, Jordan. When you committed to come here, the program was not at the place it is now. It was not the high-profile Elite Eight playing for the championship kind of team. I'm wondering, when you decided to come here, what exactly were you expecting, and how has it exceeded, I'm assuming, what you expected? What did you expect you were going to find here, and just how much you think you've grown and the team has grown since you got here?
Yeah, before coming in, obviously, as any recruit would do, you would look at the past couple seasons and how the team did. And I was looking at Miami's the past 2 seasons. They finished bottom of the ACC East 3 times. But, just the way the coaching staff talked about the group of guys, where they want to be, they dealt with some injuries, a lot of stuff that they couldn't control. I still felt comfortable. And obviously, Coach L, I believe, is a Hall of Fame coach. He's been through a lot. He's had a lot of success. So there was never really any doubt, and as far as the expectations, last year obviously was phenomenal. I don't think anyone ever really expects to do that. I guess as a transfer specifically, you don't expect to, because you don't know what you're coming into. But, honestly, it's been surreal these past 2 years. I have no regret in my choice. The coaching staff's been great. Teammates have been great. Everything so far down here has just been great. And, we still have a lot of basketball to be played. and we're looking to make more history and keep making Canes fans proud.
Go to Tim Reynolds from the Associated Press. Tim.
Thanks, Alex. Jordan, kind of along those lines, teams don't go to the Elite Eight and lose 3 starters and come back a better team somehow. What is it about this group that, whether it's the chemistry, whether it's the unselfishness, what is it about this group that has been able to exceed whatever the external expectations were, knowing that the external doesn't matter? But this is kind of rare that you lose 3 starters and are as good, if not better, than you were as an Elite Eight team.
Yeah, I always say this. I think comparing last year's team, this year's team is like comparing an apple to an orange. There's just so many different factors. But what I think makes this year's team so good is that we have a lot of guys who are willing to put in the work to be good individually, and obviously that helps as a team. I've always said this from the jump. There's always guys before practice, after practice, staying after to get or coming before to get extra shots up. There's guys who are asking for rebounders, at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night when you don't have to be playing basketball. It's just that love and passion that each player has for it. And I think any team with, guys who are willing to put that work in and make themselves better for the greater good of the team, I think any team is going to be successful.
Go to Luke Cheney from Life Wallet Sports. Luke.
Hey, Jordan. Just what are some of the things that stood out about Pitt from the first time you played them this season?
Yeah, they're a very physical team. They have a lot of size. I feel like last time we played them, obviously all credit to Pittsburgh. They're a great team. We're about to play them in the championship. But we had a lot of mistakes that we could have controlled. I believe we had a double-digit lead with it was either under 2 minutes or under a minute left to go. And obviously that was earlier in the season, and teams get better or they get worse depending on whoever it is. But, I feel like, if we can limit the mistakes we make ourselves, which would be turnovers and fouling are a big factor, I think we have a pretty good shot of coming out victorious. But obviously whatever team plays the hardest, is probably going to come out with the victory.
Got time for a few more. Might not have time for follow-ups for Jordan just because we got a little bit of time. We got a time crunch. We got to get Isaiah in here as well. We'll go to Corey Crisson from DK Sports Pittsburgh.
Hey, Jordan, in talking about Pitt, when you got to look at the film from that first game, Coach Larinaga talked about how Pitt's really good offensively. What makes Pitt so tough to defend, and especially in a setting like this where both teams really have stakes to play for?
Yeah, I just think they have weapons all around. 1 through 5 can score the ball. They have the size. They're just a very good overall team. They don't have any key weaknesses. So, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a war. I always refer to these conference games as a war. And, this game's important. There's championship on the line. So whoever comes out plays the hardest, who wants it more, like I said, is going to be victorious.
Go to Jerry DePaula from the Pittsburgh Tribune Review.
Jordan, real quick here, piggybacking off Corey's question, what makes Jamarius Burton so hard to guard?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's averaging plus more than 15 a game. His ability to get in the paint and downhill, whether it's in transition, half court, is something that's really hard to guard. He'll make the open three. So you can't play off of him. So there's just not a lot of weaknesses to his game, and usually as a defender you want to force someone to what they're not good at. But when someone's good at a little bit of everything, it's hard to guard.
Thank you.
Got 3 more hands up. We'll run through them quickly, and that'll be it for Jordan. We'll go to Manny and Michelle and then Brian. Manny from UMTV, go ahead.
Jordan, this being your last regular season game and for you as a senior and it being the ACC championship, how does it feel that you get to finish off, the regular season in front of a home crowd with a chance to do something that the Hurricanes haven't done in the last 10 years?
Yeah, at the end of the day, us as players, we want to make ourselves proud, our fans proud, and the university proud. And obviously winning a championship would check all those boxes. As far as for me, It's my last home game. Either I'm gonna be super happy or super disappointed, But I'm willing to. I know that's the possible outcomes. Most importantly, it's my last game, so I want to give it all I got. Leave it all on the floor for the Canes fans that have been so kind to me in the 2 years I've been here, and most importantly, just come away with the W.
Michelle?
Jordan, you've had a whole week since that FSU game. Can you just talk about how is that good that you've had so long? You have to wait for the next game. How hungry are you guys to get on the court after the last time you went off that court was not a happy moment. And it's been a while now since that game.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for everyone, but for me personally, it's been good. I needed that kind of time to forget about the game. I mean, he made it right in my face, so it was a little extra bitter. But it gave us time to really see the importance of this game. It allowed us to kind of get excited for this moment. And honestly, I think we always play best when it's a big game coming up, and especially when the Watts goes packed. So to answer your question, I think it's a good thing. It keeps us focused, keeps us just wanting to win.
Brian, last question.
Jordan, it's pretty clear that over the last 2 years that you've been at Miami, you've become kind of a mentor and a leader among the team and amongst your teammates. What has that experience been like for you, being able to lead these group of guys and have your teammates look up to you along this, along the journey over the past 2 years?
Yeah, man, I remember coming in last year and thinking I'm going to be one of the older guys and being in the middle of the group because we had so many veteran players. But it allowed me to kind of take a different role. And this year, being the oldest guy now, my main thing and biggest thing was I just wanted to be help to the freshmen or any of the underclassmen who are going through or went through the problems I went through at their age, being able to just get the group of guys hyped up to play these games, make sure we stay level-headed, make sure we have the big goal in our heads, and each game that we're coming ready to play. That's kind of been my role, and honestly, this is the best group of guys I've played basketball with. Like I said, everybody's so focused, everybody's so determined. It makes a leader's job so much easier. And yeah, so that would be my best way to describe it.
All right, Jordan, thank you very much for your time.